people, and he has not forgotten that people are human. And we must not forget the humanity of people and that people matter. So we are going to the county commissioner to say, people matter, our lives matter, our children matter.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Antoine Dandridge. I'm a Black Organizer Program Manager of an organization called Black Lifestyle Advocates for Culture and Knowledge. We are a program of Planned Parenthood in Tennessee and North Mississippi. I'm here today because I stand as an organizer who understands, with so many amazing organizers in this city and across the state who happen to organize people that are Black by the hand of Black organizers. This is by far one of the most important times I think I've ever experienced in our government. This is why we vote. This is why we knock doors. This is why we send y'all those random text messages in the middle of the night to come out and support. Some of you don't, but now you see why. Now you see why. Justin Pearson is why. When we march, yes, we can shout for that. When we march into that commissioner's office today, we have got to urge them that they must do what's right while everyone is looking. And it might be a first, and it took to 2023 to do it. So we stand on behalf of Justin Pearson and all that he's done, because that bullhorn was the first time that we may have been heard in over 100 or 200 plus years. That bullhorn was not a disrespect to democracy. It was a call for democracy. And I'm counting on you, we're counting on you, you're counting on you, your children are counting on you, because this is going to represent change in democracy across all the southern states based on what we do today. I'm Antoine Dandridge, and I thank you for standing with us today.
Good afternoon. This is a beautiful crowd out here. I mean, we're sitting here in the shadows of a legacy. And we're sitting here in another shadow of a legacy.
Yes, we are.
And so I want to say right now, my name is Willie Simon. I'm on the executive committee for the Shelby County Democratic Party. And I'm speaking on behalf of Lexi Carter, the newly elected chairperson of the Shelby County Democratic Party. And I want to say today that when we rode up to Nashville and I stood in the rain, it was worth it.
Yes.
It was worth it to think about as I got on that bus 2 o'clock in the morning and thought about what we were up against. And when I see a person like Justin and the two Justins sitting over here in the corner, it makes me remember what our people back in 1964 might have been thinking. The people that were going to face dogs and face all kinds of atrocities just so they could get things across. But those young men displayed the same fire that those people who stood the lines got dog sicked on. They had all kinds of atrocities happen to them and were able to speak the voice of the people. And so I'm here today to let them know that the Shelby County Democratic Party, we're going to roll wherever you go. We want to let you know that we're going to, I think I'm setting the mics off because I'm getting too loud. I'm saying the wrong thing. Let me step back a little bit. But what I will say, we got the mic right? Because this is important. This is important. All right. I ain't never burned a mic up before, but I'm doing it right now. But I will say what's important is for Justin and the other Justin to know that this is how we're going to roll from now on. Whenever they try to roll back our freedom, we're going to roll up. Whenever they try to roll back women's rights, we're going to roll up. Whenever you see a situation where the downtrodden and the people that don't have a voice or silence, we're going to roll up. So we're going to roll up at the polls. We're going to roll up to any office that we need to stand in front of to let them know that the people will be heard. So we may not have a bullhorn, but all of us can talk loud enough. And just like I blew these mics up, we're going to blow some ears up.
Our pride will be the death of us. The bleeding, the grieving, the tears mean what? The thoughts and the prayers, are they all for naught? If we really want change, we would count the cost. Our pride will be the death of us. That's a verse from Our Pride by Common Hymnal that I felt fit this moment in our movement right now. My name is Amber Sherman. I'm the president of the Shelby County Young Democrats and an organizer here in Memphis. The pattern of fascism we've seen statewide by the State House all the way down to the Memphis City Council here locally is disappointing but not surprising. I do have a few questions though. What message are we really sending the youth when we villainize the most outspoken voices? When we chastise the most courageous? When we lie on one of the most tried and true leaders who represents the voice of thousands? That's what they're doing, right? That means we're doing the right thing. As Representative Pearson would say, we're on the right side of history. Representative Pearson may have been expelled, and I may have been banned from city council meetings, but we're seeing the power of disruption play out right in front of us. That's right. Although they attempted to silence the voices of District 86 and ignore the cries of the youth asking for gun right legislation, the governor made an announcement yesterday. Governor Bill Lee announced that he signed an executive order to strengthen background checks and is urging the legislature to pass a red flag law. This marks the first time in our state's 225-year history that gun laws were tightened. And on that same day, the city council cast a vote. After 90 days of relentless organizing, Memphis became the 6th city to ban the most common pretextual stops, a method commonly used to discriminate and target black drivers. I say all that to say that you can target a leader, but you can't stop a movement.
What she said. My name is Tequila Rucker, and I serve as the political organizer with Memphis for All. Memphis for All stands for solidarity, democracy, and justice, inside and outside of the ballot box. Since 2018, we've worked hard to elect progressive leaders such as Mayor Lee Harris, Councilwoman Michael Eastland Thomas, District Attorney Steve Mulroy, and Representative Justin Pearson. Leaders who are willing to take our demands into the halls of government and turn them into policy and won't stand by and watch idly as we are being attacked. Come on. We are the movements that work tirelessly to ensure that people of Tennessee have leaders like Tennessee 3, who will stand up to fascism in our state, protect kids, not guns, and hold corporations accountable for propping up legislation that are attacking the working class. I'm so glad that Pearson, Johnson, and Jones refused to be silent that day. That's what they were elected to do, to speak up on behalf of the people, and that's what they did. For out of this tragedy, hope lives. Everything that has transpired over the last few weeks had to happen. The GOP regime has left no other choice, and I am proud to say that a representative from Memphis, an organizer, an activist, led this charge. It was necessary because without standing with the people and listening to the people, we could not learn or understand who we are or who we are to become as a community. We are destined to be one that is governed for and by all of us. An economy that works for all of us, not just corporations. With a legal system that treats everyone fairly, not one that is rigged against black and brown people. The Tennessee 3 has reignited the flame in all of us. And today, I'm confident that we will send Representative Justin J. Pearson back to Nashville with a torch that is held and lit by all of us. We cannot afford to allow this to just be a moment. Today, we are standing on the front lines of multiracial democracy. And we will win if all of us continue to keep showing up. Join the movement. with your local troublemakers. As John Lewis said, sometimes we have to make good trouble. Good trouble is necessary trouble, and that's what we are here to make. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ron Davis, and I'm here to represent both Stand for Children and Micah Memphis, who stands for Memphis Interfaith Coalition for Action and Hope. I'm a son of Memphis, I'm a young organizer, and my job is pretty simple, to bring the issues to the city and to the community, whether that be the moral budget so that our funds and our interests are properly represented in the money that we spend and in the taxes that we pay, whether that's in the Justice and Safety Alliance to make sure that policing reform gets passed and that our city council isn't too hesitant to do the right thing, or whether that's in the YES funds to make sure that our students have the money they need for their extracurricular activities and their wellness. We do all that fighting to make sure that Memphis is properly represented. But one of the most important things that we do is make sure people go out to vote and that their voices is heard and that their representatives are properly represented in office. We are proud to do that today and stand here because we recognize the voices of District 86 voted Justin Pearson in office, and their voices should not be silent. So we want to thank you all for being out here today, because this is what democracy looks like. This is what our voices look like when we stand together. This is how powerful we can be when we stand together. So I want to urge you all, as a son of Memphis, to keep fighting and keep making sure your voices do not get silenced. Thank you.
Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy.
I'm so glad to have our friends in this movement. Representative Johnson and Representative Jones here in Memphis. To continue what the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, the movement lives or dies in Memphis. The movement lives or dies in Memphis, and here at this hallowed place, in this sacred place, we show in the United States of America and the Republicans in Tennessee that the movement is still alive. I'm so glad our friends are here and are willing to say a few words with us and for us before we get ready to march.
All righty.
Hello, Memphis. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here with you, and I'm so happy to be here with my new friend, Justin Pearson, who is doing an amazing job lifting your voices in Nashville when it is such a critical time for exactly that. Thank you all so much for sending us this gift, and also Justin Jones as well. We need to lift up these amazing voices of these young people. We need a multiracial, multi-generational organization in the Tennessee legislature, and these young voices are critical. And thank you. We need to welcome these young voices and not keep them down, because these young people are passionate, they're smart, they understand the issues and how they affect every single person in their district. And I am so honored. The teacher has become the student, and I am learning from these young men, and I look forward to learning for a long, long time.
No action, no peace. No action,
No peace.
no action,
No peace.
no action.
No peace.
There is a movement rising up in Tennessee from Memphis to Nashville to Knoxville to send a message to these anti-democratic forces that you're in the find out portion. You're in the find out portion. That you shut off our microphones, and so we had to bring a megaphone. That you pushed our people to the back, so we had to walk up to the front of the well. And so we have a clear message that our brother Pierce is going to join us. We know, I'm confident, because I know that after crucifixion comes resurrection. And so when we walk in that chamber on tomorrow as representatives again,
We must continue the demands that led us there in the first place. That a week after a mass shooting hit Nashville, rather than pass common sense gun laws, they passed a resolution to expel the 2 youngest black members in the General Assembly. And so we walk in there tomorrow with a clear message that we have a demand of Cameron Sexton to resign. Speaker Sexton represents an enemy to democracy, to multiracial democracy. He's trying to bring us back to a Tennessee in our past, the same Tennessee where the Klan was founded. But we say no longer will we sit by and be silent. It's time to rise up, not just as individuals. We didn't go up there as individuals, but we went up there representing the people of our district, the people of our state, the young people who can't even vote, the young people who said we need a voice, and that's why we walked up to that well. And so we hope that what happens today, that you come with Brother Pearson tomorrow to walk into those chambers. Because we're walking into hostile territory. Places where people, where young black voices are not welcome and those who stand with us are not welcome. And so we're not going to be able to survive that alone. We need to let them know that you are on notice and that the world is watching, and that it's not stopped this week or tomorrow or next week, but something's changing in Tennessee. Something's changing in our state that is going to restore democracy and get rid of these forces that are trying to take us backward. And so I'll end by saying this: forward together and not one step back. Forward together. Not one step back. Forward together. Not one step back. Forward together. Not one step back. And Cameron, you need to resign. Thank you all.
Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is the democracy that is going to transform a broken nation and a broken state into the place that God calls for it to be. This is the democracy that will bring people from the back, people who've been pushed to the periphery, to the center of justice. This is the democracy that is going to transform our nation. This is the democracy that's going to lift up the victims of gun violence instead of supporting the NRA and the gun lobbyists. This is the democracy that they're scared of. This is the democracy that they're worried about, because this is the democracy that changes the status quo. This is the democracy that changes the status quo. But we've got news. The status quo needs changing, and the status quo needs you. So today we march, and we gonna keep fighting, and we gonna keep pushing, because we believe that this is what democracy looks like.
Thank you all for being here. My name is Justin Pearson. I am the Field Operations Specialist for Justin J. Pearson, Representative Justin J. Pearson. And so that concludes our speaking portion. We will now begin our march down South Main to North Main at the County Commission. So we're going to position our representatives in the front of the line. Once they're in the front of the line, we will begin. Thank you all.
Where are they marching over?
I think they're going that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey there, brother. How you, sir? Good, good.
They might stay up. You're right. Okay.
Trying to get through without running anybody over.
Okay, I think you're right. All right, come on. You go on one more, but they haven't moved yet. So. I'll make sure. I'll make sure.
Hey, cameraman, here we are.
This is what democracy looks like. Thank you.
Get us, cameraman.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Generations and what democracy looks like. Fuck that, man. Like,
support Justin Pearson.
Okay, we're gonna go up this hill here to Main Street. Hey, Auntie Pam. We're gonna walk up this hill.
you want the mic off still? Devin, you still want the mic off?
Go, Justin!
I think they're going up the ramp. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Why don't you stop?
That's all right. It's good. Thank you so much.
Hey, Brandon, maybe step on one of these little things.
Thank you.
Democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. No justice. No peace. 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 You don't get no peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No
During the Women's March, how many people, oh, sorry.
Like value in life? Are we valuing? Okay, good. We got this in common right now.
Give me 1 second,
Keep on talking, marching to the freedom land. I'm gonna let the state legislature turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. I'm gonna let the state legislature turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, walking to the freedom land. I'm marching down the king.
We just
no action! No action! No peace! No action! No action! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! This is what democracy looks like! 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 If we don't get no justice, then you don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then you don't get no peace.
Let's get a little space. Let's get a little space.
Then you don't get no peace.
Let's give him some space. It'll be a better picture than we do.
No, you can come me off. Keep going. Back up, back up. No, back up, back up. Just keep, because you all in the way. Back up, back up.
Now! What do we want? It's a violence! When do we want it? Now!
Man, you're cutting us off. Just go back a little bit.
When do we want it? Now! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down!
Please. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, they don't get no peace! If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want it? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! If
respeto.
Back up. Try to create this much space so you get the whole wide shot, please. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Back up. Right here. Let's go. Y'all meet at 130. All right, let's go. You gotta beat. Go. Move, media. Move. Stop moving. Let me hear you move like this.
We got water if you need water.
Give them air. Nobody creep up. We're not creeping up. Stay back here.
Yeah, we need somebody to call right now. I'm calling them right now. Yeah, we calling them.
Please give faith. No.
Get some handles, Justin. Hey, guys, can we back up? Please. Give them some room, please.
Water right here. Water. He's trying to take him. Here's the water. Water's right here. Yeah, please get safe. Get safe. Let me get him. Let me have his bag.
No, but I'm saying, why you
Gotta make it up, but if we go it's fine. I can take it. It's fine. Probably need some air. No, he's fine. He was responding to me. Yeah. I have water left. It has to go pick one of those ladies who say anesthesiologists.
I'm CPR certified. That's why I ran to that side. I want to make sure we need it.
And I'm a nurse. I know just keep people back. Just keep them back. I don't know. I see all of them. Okay, whatever. About middle age.
So hold on, we need to space out up. Back up. We need space. Let's get back. Let's get back, son. Let's
get back. Get some back.
So guy that passed out, I think he's okay though.
He stumbled and then he passed out.
Y'all seen the video? Talk to this the GM. This the GM. Yeah, you good. You good.
Metro National Council voted.
And what I'm seeing here today is that Memphis photo.
Come behind that. Let's get back. Let's get back. You be nice, they're going to do the same thing. Let's get back, come. Let's go, baby. We got to get 20 feet back. You up in the crowd. Get back. 20 feet back. Let's go. You stop in the line. We late for the meeting, baby. We're running late.
He was diabetic, or he is diabetic, and he passed out while love the texture of my hair. And I can rock it everywhere. It's like I said I love being black. I said I love being black. I love the color of my hair.
Where is Ken?
Wake up, wake up. Wake up. Freedom, freedom. And now we are moving to June.
I'll show that face.
That ain't how David did it.
There's a fire truck coming out.
People don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the
You gotta move to the right or out of the way of the fire truck.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. If we don't get no justice, you don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then you don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then you don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then you don't get no peace. No justice, 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 no peace. If we don't get no justice, then you don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then you don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then you don't get no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Don't run over here.
Justice! When do we want? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want? Now! What do we want? Justice! Hey. We want it now! Justice! Now! Justice!
Justice. Now.
Justice! Now! And you don't get no peace. And you don't get no peace. No peace. No peace. Come around you. No peace. No peace.
You know what? I got it bad. I can't get around it. Bad habits.
Jamie, how you doing? You all right?
Hey, hey.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want everybody back. Everybody back. Everybody back. Come on, everybody back. Please back up. Please back up. Please back up. If you back up and spread out a little bit, I promise you'll be a lot cooler. That's some airflow. Back up, back up.
You see her? I'll see her. What's going on? Okay, as we're trying to back up, they're coming forward. Just let you know.
Everybody stop coming forward, all right? Just stay where you're at. Spread out a little bit.
Appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all, so I know y'all seen a lot on the news and heard the sound bites, but I just wanted to tell y'all a little bit about how it has been from my own personal experience. Being his fiance and watching him be literally persecuted from the gallery was painful and terrible. To see people already have made up their minds before they even knew him, judged him before they even knew him, and when he gave a beautiful speech, y'all, I mean a beautiful defense. Beautiful, let me tell you, we stayed up hours studying the Tennessee Constitution, the House rules, and we read through that flawed resolution. Every line on there was flawed, and yet, when they heard reason, they still chose to vote no. And for what? I think we know why. So, just thank y'all so much for coming out. We love y'all, and thank you, and we appreciate y'all.
If you have heard me speak in the last several weeks about the end and the need to end gun violence, you've heard me mention my own classmate, Larry Thorne. Larry Thorne this January was killed by gun violence. And while we still grieve the losses in Nashville and the losses in Louisville for mass shootings, we realize that in our community in particular, we suffer from the proliferation of guns and the effect of gun violence almost every single day. Yep. And too often we wake up and we learn that it's our brother, it's our sister, it's our sibling, it's our friend. And unfortunately, even it can be your grandson or your son. And so our movement to end gun violence is not only because of the mass shootings that occur, it's because of the many shootings that occur. And there's something that people in positions of power can do about it. And that's one of the reasons why we are going to keep fighting. And I would like to invite to the mic now Larry Thorne's mother, brother, and his grandmother. I know she was marching with us, if she'd like to come up as well, but Miss LaVonda Thorne Henderson to speak now.
Good afternoon. Everybody wants to know who is Larry Thorne. Larry was born May 21st, 1995, in which he later became the eldest of 3 boys. Larry was a son, a brother, a grandson, even a great-grandson, a nephew, a cousin, a friend, a mentor, a leader, a coach, a school secretary, a band member, a choir member, and most important of all, he was a human being. Larry was goofy. He liked to talk. He liked to sing. Well, at least he thought he could sing. He liked to travel. He liked to go to church. And not to forget his passion, he loved to attend band competitions. That sounds like a pretty normal life, huh? Well, just typical stuff that we do on a day-to-day basis. Well, January the 10th, 2023, all that just stopped in an instance just like that. Larry was robbed. He was robbed of his life, just in an instance due to senseless gun violence. In which they also burned his body and left his lifeless bodies laying there. As a result of gun crime, we no longer have a son, a brother, a grandson, a nephew, a cousin, a friend, a co-worker, a mentor, a church member, a coach, or a band member. Those are a lot of titles to take away from a person. And the way those titles were taken away due to gun violence needs to be taken away in the same manner. There were a lot of love in those titles, and all this love was taken from a person. Larry's killer has not yet been found. He's still on the loose, or they are still on the loose abusing gun violence. Who's to say they won't use that same gun again? Guns have no name, age, face, color, or race. And MPD said they have no leads or clues at this time. So we have got to keep searching for Larry's killer. At the same time Larry was murdered, there was a victory going on. Justin J. Pearson won State House District. Hold on.
Where's the bullhorn?
Right here. They want to stop us. They don't want us to be heard, but we will be heard today. At the same time Larry was murdered, there was a victory going on. Justin J. Pearson won State House Representative 86. But instead of celebrating, he was leaving to come see about me. Now, at the same time, Justin grew up in the West Junction, Walker Homes area, just like Larry. Justin graduated Mitchell High School class of 2013, just like Larry. Justin knows what it's like to leave home and may not ever be able to return home because of gun violence is so high in our neighborhoods and communities, just like Larry. He felt how close it was to home, and he understood that it all could happen to anyone. That's right. Any one of us, it could have happened to. And we must fight to get control of these guns. We have got to bring Justin back into office. Or their families are victims to gun violence. We all need a strong, young voice that can represent us all. We need Justin J. Pearson. Justice for Justin.
Amen.
I recognize our time is short because somebody's got to do their job. Somebody's got to say democracy still matters. And that people power trumps their political games. I'm going to have my parents say a few words and then we're going to head inside.
Make it unanimous. As his mother, first of all, I want to say thank you for all of the love and support that you have provided. Thank you for the words of encouragement to hold his shoulders up because he does not stand alone. And he should never be alone because they don't do their job. I know. They got one job. One job. Put my baby back in his seat that he was elected. Return alone. There will be people when you go to Nashville, go on Mondays and Thursdays, sit in the gallery, listen to the resolution. It's online. Be a part of the process. This is a movement.
I brought my whole family up here because I first want everybody to know, Kim and I were teenage parents. And God elevated us to this moment. So I want you to know no matter where you are, what you're going through, God is able.
Yes, sir.
On the door, on the way out of the house, my children saw this poem every day. It was Benjamin Mays, I only have 1 minute. Only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it. Give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny minute, but eternity is wrapped up in it.
Yes, sir. Justin!
confidence to be polite.
No, you are too. Go ahead. Come
All right, here. Yes, sir.
Thank you, everybody. I ask that you please take your seats. You want to get this done as soon as possible. Also, there'll be a couple of comments made later, but make sure for that, we are recording this meeting for our minutes clerk. So, Deputy, please call this meeting to order.
All rise.
Through here real quick. You can push past me.
Here you hear the Honorable County Commissioners meeting of Suffolk County, Tennessee is now open for transaction of business pursuant to adjournment. All persons having business with the commission draw near, give attention. Ye shall be heard.
Thank you.
You may be seated.
Amen. 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 Appreciate y'all.
We're going to remain standing for a minute. I think it would be fitting. I see Reverend Pearson, Justin's father, here. We'd be honored if you would open us up in prayer.
Amen. Amen. In the house. Amen.
Please, our Heavenly Father, we come to you today saying
Thank you.
Thank you for a brand new day.
Thank you.
Brand new mercy.
Thank you.
Heavenly Father, this is resurrection.
Yes, Lord.
We trust in you, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Yes. And we thank you for encountering them.
Yes.
We glorify your name. Heavenly Father, we take no personal glory, no person is not us, it's all you.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is all about you.
Oh, yeah.
Lord, take over this moment.
Please.
Right now, provide your spirit.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Bless him, Lord.
Lord, we thank you.
Thank you.
Lord, we bless you.
Yes, Lord.
We empower your spirit
Yes.
over
Spirit,
this
Lord.
center.
Yes.
Lord God, that your will might be done.
Yes, Lord.
That the people's voices might be heard.
Yes, Lord.
And that your servants might serve.
Yes,
God, it's in Christ's name that we pray.
Amen.
Help as a family of all faiths and all believers.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Woo! Praise the Lord.
To the flag. To the republic. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice.
Neal. Ford. Present. Chisholm. Present. Wright. Cantwell. Present.
sworn. Amen. President Wayne. Playfield. Present.
Thank you. I want the public to know there are two ways to join our meeting. Via the email address at voc.shelbycounty.tn.gov. Also via phone at 901-222-1234. Madam Parliamentarian.
Members of the public who desire to address the County Commission shall request permission by completing an appearance card, which will be given to the chair by a deputy. Members of the public shall be permitted to address the County Commission unless ruled out of order by the chair or denied the opportunity to speak by a majority vote of the commissioners present and voting. Please note that as it pertains to public comment, our rules of order set a limit of no longer than 3 minutes when recognized by the chair. The chair may set a limit for discussion by the public of less than 3 minutes for each individual and circumstances required. Finally, to the members of the public, if you would like to express your pleasure or displeasure on the matter before the County Commission, please do so by raising your thumb up or thumb down, as opposed to applause or other expressions of approval or disapproval. Disgruntled members of the public are subject to removal from the Commission chambers by the Deputy Chair. Thank you for your attention and your understanding and cooperation today.
Thank you. Parliamentarian, please read item number 1.
Item 1 comes from the General Government Committee, which is chaired by Vice Chair Amen. By Commissioner Amen. Item 1 is a resolution electing Justin J. Pearson as interim representative to the Office of State House of Representatives for the 86th District of Tennessee, sponsored by Chairman Raquel Lowry.
Thank you. That's been moved by Commissioner Amen. And is second by Commissioner Caswell. Commissioner, anybody has the committee report?
Yes, this came down with our recommendation.
All right, thank you. So a couple things need to be done here. First, I'm going to call for suspension of the rules, Rules 35, so we take the resolution in its current form. As you know, that excludes us from having interviews and having any other nominations on the floor. Also, rule being suspended for rule number 14 as relates to public comments. People, thank you for being here. However, we are going to limit public comments until after I bring this down, because what you all see right now is a vote. What happens after this is a lot of paperwork that needs to be done, and we need to get that to Nashville as soon as possible. Also, remember, in this chamber, thumbs up or thumbs down. But as you can see here, you'll be speaking to the part because we're all with you. All right? So after I lay this down,
I'm sorry.
we have made a couple comments. I have to take those comments at that time. So, I need a motion. I need a motion to suspend the rules.
He got to come right here.
I know, I don't have anywhere to go.
Please back up.
Word, I can't get this.
We're going to make way for us so that I can get through. We all can be in the same space.
All right.
Designated video session.
Okay.
So, if there's no other comment, I'll vote. All right, there we go. Let's go. Let's close the screen to report time.
Back up.
Diane passes.
Yeah.
Justice! Justice! Justice!
Gloria, so nice to see you.
Good to see you too. Okay, all right.
On behalf of this body, we have commissioners and accused. Congratulations again, commissioners. Before Mr. Pearson speaks, your accused will allow a comment no longer than 1 minute. Commissioner Avery.
Good afternoon, Representative Pearson. It's so good to see you before us today. I just want to commend you for your effort. I want to commend you for your commitment. I want to commend you for standing up for the things that matter to the people of Shelby County and the state of Tennessee. You have done well by us in making sure that our voices can be heard. And I think that you have seen by the vote of this body that we support you going back to represent us and the things that are important to us here in Shelby County. I want to thank all of you who have sent, I think it's maybe, my email count is maybe 5,700. We appreciate, but know that the conscience of this body is that we want to make sure we are represented in the best way, and I think we know that we have that in you, Representative Pearson.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Mayor.
Brother Justin, again, thank you, man, for continuing to be the voice that you are. You have raised the level of my respect for you and the fight that you're fighting. I even received a call from Netherlands the other day for somebody that's supporting you. So again, man, continue to fight the good fight. Our prayers are with you. Are called for such a time as this. Continue to fight the good fight.
Commissioner Shields.
Oh my goodness, my heart is singing. You belong on the national level.
Yes.
We need you here right now in this moment to continue your fight for us in Nashville. It's not going to end today or tomorrow, but it's a journey. And I want to encourage you to stay encouraged, to stay focused, and keep up the good struggle. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Pearson, it feels so good to be able to say that one more time. I'm really proud of you. Keep up the good work. Keep up your energy. Keep up bringing the light to the injustices that are happening. Continue to move on. I wanted to say thank you to the listening public as well. I think Commissioner Avent said we received personally over 5,500 plus emails around just speaking on your behalf, and we heard, and more importantly, we are very proud of you. Keep marching. Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Pearson, I am so glad, I'm so happy, I'm glad that you took up the fight. You stood your ground. I know what you experienced. I've been there. And I'm just, I'm happier than all of you all. And let me just tell you why. Because I looked behind me. And there was no one there. But I kept moving forward. I looked behind me and there was no one there. I kept moving forward. And then when I looked again, last week and there were babies. I'm sorry, I'm 74. But there were some babies behind me. Someone for me to pass the torch to.
Thank you, Commissioner Brooks. All right, Representative. As a constituent of District 86, thank you. We look forward to your voice being heard back in Nashville. Keep up doing good work. Keep representing all of us to the best of your ability, and know that we all have support for this body. All right, Representative Pearson, you have 3 minutes.
The threats about withdrawing funding or stopping funding wouldn't stop. They didn't know that Justin J. Pearson was only standing with the moral courage of people who he come from. Only standing with the moral courage that's built in Memphis, Tennessee. That's built in Shelby County. Only standing with the moral courage of people. You know what it means to be in a fight. You know what it means to never quit, to never yield, to never bow, to never break, to never bend. That's who we are. That's who we will forever be. We got a problem in this state. We got a proliferation of gun violence because of policies and practices and legislation coming from the state legislature of Tennessee. Reducing the permitless carry, removing the permit to carry weapons, reducing the age from 21 to 18, saying that to fix school shootings, just arm teachers. We got a problem in Nashville, and it's called a promise that they're holding on to with this status quo. You see, their allegiance is to the way that things are. Their allegiance is to business as usual. Their allegiance is to the National Rifle Association. Their allegiance is to the Tennessee Firearms Association. When we went to the well of the House, myself, Representative Johnson, and Representative Jones, what we did was say we have an allegiance to a people. People who are tired of business as usual. People who are tired of same old politics. People who are tired of same old politicians. We have an allegiance to who are willing to march for justice, fight for justice, willing to vote for justice. That spirit which I will head back to Nashville with. And what we have shown here in Shelby County, what we have shown here in Memphis, Tennessee, with my fiance, my brothers, my family, my parents, and my family here, is that we do not speak alone. We speak together. We fight together. And so the message for all the people in Nashville who decided to expel us: you can't expel hope. You can't expel our voice. And you sure can't expel our fight. We look forward to continuing to fight, continuing to advocate. Justice rolls down like water. Righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. Let's get back to work.
We are now adjourned until Monday, April 7th, 2023 at 3 p.m. Again, if I have any comments, I'm happy to hear them.
I'm just trying to. Let's open this up. Everybody behind the booth. Yeah. Let's go.
Give it up for Justin!
Back up. We need him back up. Two steps. Everyone, back up.
Testing. 1, 2. Show me what democracy look like. Show me what democracy look like. Show me what democracy look like. People power. We've been talking about people power for a while. People power be $2 billion corporations that try to build a pipeline through Memphis. People power just sent us back to serve the people of District 86. If there's anybody who's doubting the power of people, tell them to look right here in Memphis and Shelby County, where people power just keep on winning. We're so glad we have the support of this community and the support of courageous leaders. Not leaders who show up when the vote happens. Not leaders who show up after you persecute. But leaders who fight for you. Leaders who speak with you. Leaders who stand beside you. And leaders who want to see justice just like we want to see justice. Now, I interned with Congressman Cohen when I was knee-high to a grasshopper. But one of the most important things I learned was constituent services. You gotta serve the people who sent you. You gotta serve the people who sent you. That's the work of an elected leader, and I'm so glad he's here today, and I want him to share a few words with us.
Thank you, Justin, and thank you, everybody that's here. This is a great day. We've restored democracy. The New York Times today has 2 editorials facing each other. Both of them are about Tennessee and saying democracy was thwarted in Tennessee and things are changing, and there's a picture of Justin on each page of the New York Times editorial. Today is Justin's day. Today is District 86 Day. Today is the day for the coveted children, the 3 children and 3 adults who were killed. I've got an F pin on here. That F stands for my grade from the NRA. May you get another F.
Now that the Shelby County Commission done their job, I'm so glad we get to get back to doing our job. And what is our job? It's to elevate the voices of the 6 kids, the 6 people in Nashville. The 3 children who were just 9 years old. To elevate the 5 folk in Louisville who died from gun violence that was preventable. We know it's preventable because there are good laws that exist. We know it's preventable because there are organizations advocating for the change of the law in order to save people's lives. It's not enough, as William Lambert, the leader of the Republican Party, said, to put a tank in front of every school. Because we go to banks, we go to businesses, we walk the streets, we go to church. These false solutions that they are advocating will not help or save anybody. But a movement is rising. A movement is rising. See, they tried to kill democracy. They tried to expel the people's choice and the people's vote. And they awakened a sleeping giant. And Justin Jones and me on trial. But they ended up putting themselves on trial. And the people's verdict is back. Guilty. Guilty of white supremacy. Guilty of patriarchy. Guilty of supporting the NRA over people. Guilty of attacking the poor. Guilty of not expanding health care. Guilty of not giving us educational resources. Guilty, guilty, guilty. And so, for you guilty people, the people who've got a message, we gonna build this movement. 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 You and you and you and you and you and we gonna build this movement. Because we are convinced that there is a different vision for Memphis. There's a different vision for Shelby County. There's a different vision for Tennessee. There's a different vision for the South. There's a different vision for these United States of America. And I believe it's a vision of the people who've been pushed to the periphery, coming to the well. I believe that it's a vision of the people who've been marginalized, coming to the well. I believe it is a vision of people who've been ostracized, coming to the well. See, I see white folk and black folk. I see queer folk and straight folk. I see rich folk and poor folk coming from the back to the well of demanding justice right now. Not tomorrow, but right now. Justice right now. And it is this movement that's going to change this country. It's this movement in this moment in time that's going to change the country. And I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad. Yes, I'm glad. I'm so glad. Yes, 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 I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Hey, I'm glad. Are you glad? Are you glad? Is anybody else glad?
us back to Nashville. 7 descendants of Foucault, 3/5 of the people in this country. Reclaim democracy in it. That's what just happened. So for anybody who doubts the God hands that we got, the God feet that we walk with, the God voices that we shout with, for anybody who doubts the power, oh, the wonder working power, the wonder working power that tells you to run on, as my mama said, to see what the end is going to be. I just need a few folks who ready to run, who ready to run, who ready to run. And I can promise you, if you run, you won't grow weary in your well-doing. If you run, he'll mount you up like an eagle, and you'll soar back to Nashville, and you'll tell them the people sent a message. We won't quit, we won't stop, because this is what democracy looks like.
Come on, Sarah, he coming this way. Get Sarah, he coming this way.
What's going on? What's going on, Memphis? What's going on? We are definitely celebrating a joyous occasion today. His name is Quinn. We got Justin back in. Justin back again, we are Memphis Arts for Change, and we are here to also celebrate in unison and in harmony with everybody here. If I can get up on the stage.
Let's go. Right here, excuse us. Watching him, watching him. Hold on, hold on. I said, how y'all doing?
Stay here.
That we did there.
We stand with you and your family. God is still in the business. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You have Daphne?
I do.
Okay.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, Pearl. How you doing, baby? Love you. Yeah? Real quick? Yeah. Sure. Just hold on 1 second. Let's get in the car and figure stuff out. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. There you go, Justin. It means that we are going to fight back. Man. You heard? Can you stay here in the light now? You heard? Cool. I'm sorry. You heard? You heard him.
Excuse me, sorry.
You heard him. Y'all clear up, let them folks in their truck, man. Y'all clear up.
His microphone. Huh? He's wearing our mic
okay.
still.
Hey, can we get that? Give me 1 second, y'all.
Okay, no worries. We can wait right here.
Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second.
It's the people's house.
Okay. Nice.
Thank you so much, Daphne. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for your help. Justin said that he's going to take a picture with her. One picture. Hold on. Wait 1 second.
Let me get it real quick because it's got to be fast.
I know. Hey.
Wait 1 second.
Can we get the representative to speak up for our veteran who was trying to attack the railroad? We're doing this today, though.
Charged by the state. Constitutional and civil rights violated. Enjoy your rights. Enjoy your rights, patriots. Enjoy your rights, patriots.
You're okay.
Yo. Enjoy your rights, patriots. Can we message the representatives to speak up for disabled veterans who was violently attacked in his home and railroaded by the Thompson courts?
That is. Okay, y'all, we're going to set up, we're going to apply some shade and set up, and so he's going to come out, just give him a few minutes. I'm going to get you all set up first, okay? So then you can gather around, ask your questions. He's got a few minutes. Is that all right?
Thank you.
Help me find a spot that's where we won't pass out. How about that? I'm looking for that. Yeah, help me find a spot.
Unfortunately, hard to find some shade.
Like after
Do you want to yeah, that's really nice.
Thousands and thousands of
Okay. When this mess with y'all shot too bad to be standing in the shade, y'all in the sun.
Not for me. I'm not complaining.
Out here, let me see, okay, he's gonna
That's fine for me.
I'm just trying to keep him out of the sun. Is that all right, y'all?
That's good for us, thank you.
Y'all just set up in a little semicircle right here, and I'm gonna knock all of y'all out at the same time. Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah, out here and up with me, going through filming and this at the same time. Right over.
Yours is very but everyone else.
Once he gets in a flow, I think what they've been doing is kind of like being there, but they're not trying to take it. Like they're trying to share the spotlight. So it's like, this is Justin's reinstatement vote in Nashville. Justin was with him in Nashville, but
We got the victory.
they didn't. Yeah, I mean, literally, he's calling out the guy. Once they got folks in there, so y'all get Pearson? Okay, cool.
How are you?
How y'all been in a movie?
That's what we're looking for. Let me run a hot
I gotta get back to the house and I gotta come fix some of my outlets. I gotta go get my throat. That's what I'm doing.
Yes, that's good.
Hey, Justin is done.
All right, y'all. Now let everybody be in place. Okay, we got your back. Y'all got my back. I know y'all got my back. I know y'all got my back for this degree. Yay! Baby, I was pushing. I took them to some areas where you don't want to I took them to some areas that you don't know. I told my I got my car. I got 300 or something. He said, where I'm going is okay. Yep. I said, come on. I'm going. I said, I'm going to show them, but you don't even know it. They know I'm not. They know I'm not. Everywhere around the world, they know I'm not. I dragged Justin all through the hood. He said, Come on, drag it. Come on, Justin. Come on this way. Is that where I'm going now? Just follow me. I got
I was afraid he was. Look how big and fat he is.
No, thank you for clarifying. Not here.
Well, both on TV now. Talk about more. And what I see. That's what we own. I'm going to be the end of the interview. I would run around and and then if I wanted to so in my vehicle I have a full shit that I've so far.
I work for
those two shots I didn't get with it.
I work for
It pays off. See, I helped her this and then I smashed you, so I want you to know I'm not as bad as I
was hugging someone I hadn't seen in years also, and then I just helped them come back to their car, and I was like,
I was just in New York for the weekend visiting my kids, and I said something to somebody, and I was at this dog park watching my son's dog run around, and this guy goes, "You're so nice, you must have people."
Right. Yeah. The Chicago really.
He goes, "There you go." Alright, we're up.
Well, I don't know if this is what you find out.
I carried the water the whole way.
You saw that man ripping his jacket off. He was overheating.
Yeah, off overheaters.
Oh yeah, there was like someone who collapsed, and then I had my standard nothing.
Oh my.
Sometimes it's hard.
Yes.
He kind of stumbled back into me.
Remember, if you're showing signs of dehydration, you've been dehydrated.
I think it's good to walk back to this. It's good for your quads.
Everything. Dry mouth, aching joints, foggy head, searing flesh.
Go ahead.
The sensation that you are on fire is a clear sign.
He's like, what are you going to do? Hand me your phone. I don't want to touch your phone. I don't want to see the picture. I don't want to see the picture on your phone. He's like, oh, we're all obsessed with what? How many steps do we have? You know, it was nice. He was very curmudgeon. He's for Larry David that he goes like jet skis and about those. Going to the beach with his family and hates that and all that. It was fun. I'm telling you, if you ever knew the wife's birthday, you just take them somewhere. Yeah, stuff. And all of a sudden, she doesn't trust me. All of a sudden, she's like a story guy. So there's a picture of the sign saying Steve Rogers and there's pictures of the Sean Taylor. There's pictures of the set. There's pictures of Jerry Seinfeld. There's pictures of her with her kids. There's like a woman's story.
I know, right?
Like a guy when he's stars like one in Chicago.
All right. All right, Foxtown. Foxtown in the house. Let's go, Justin. Yeah, I know y'all. Hey, Foxtown. Y'all come here. Let's go, Justin. Let's go, Justin. Hey, ladies. Justin. Alexis, y'all come behind me. Foxtown behind me. Where's my family? Let's go, Justin. Foxtown in the house. Where's Mama? Foxtown in the house. Where's Mama? Mom. Here I am. Mrs. Pearson. Mom. Mom. Come on. All right. Okay, Daphne. Foxtown in the house. Foxtown in the house. Daphne, you want to run the gaggle, or what do you want to do? Yes, sir. Can she come here? Yes. How you want to run it? Okay, you guys, we're going to take questions one at a time. Representative Pearson has about 10 minutes tops, so please keep your questions quick and short so he can give you his thoughts on what just happened today. We'll go left to right. Straight. Lucas.
I guess, how does it feel right now? Do you feel like you had a weight lifted off your shoulders coming into this?
No, I think today the Shelby County Commission did the work of justice, which was to restore the representation for District 86 back to the State House and to fight the anti-democratic behavior of the Republican majority in Tennessee. The reality is there's not a weight lifted off of our shoulders. The weight of ending gun violence is on our shoulders. The weight of ending poverty in the state of Tennessee is on our shoulders. The weight of ending the crisis of health care access is on our shoulders. And so the work is on us, and I hope on the shoulders of all those Republicans who voted to expel us, the weight of justice is on theirs as well.
How do you feel now that you've been reinstated?
I am very grateful that District 86 has representation once again. It is really important that we have voices of advocacy who promote justice and who fight for our communities in such a time as this. The reality is the state Republican Party and the Tennessee General Assembly tried to silence the voices of Memphis and Shelby County and Millington. They tried to expel the voice saying we need to do something about gun violence. We need to do something about gun control. And today that voice will be back to work tomorrow in the state capitol. Because this is what our people want, this is what our community needs. Our folks from Boxtown all the way up to Shelby Forest want to see justice and want to have a voice for justice in the state legislature, and that's what we will continue to do and who we will continue to be.
So what's next? Is it a special election, or what's going through your head for the future?
Yeah, for the future is to keep fighting. We're going to keep fighting to end gun violence. We're going to keep fighting to end environmental racism and injustice. We're going to keep fighting for our community to lift up those who have been pushed to the periphery, to move them into the center of conversation and decision making. Not the gun lobbyists, not the NRA, not the billionaires and the people who are funding other folks' campaigns, but rather the people. The people who are tired of the status quo. The people who are tired of being hurt by policies that legislate inequity and injustice. What we will do is continue to fight as we were fighting. We will continue to fight.
Are you headed up to Nashville tomorrow to be sworn in? What's the timeline look on that? And what would you have to say to the Republicans who voted to expel you?
We are heading to Nashville tonight to be there tomorrow to be re-sworn in to serve in this legislature. And to anyone who voted to expel us, the time for silence is over. The time for inaction is over. We need action to end gun violence. We need real solutions, not false solutions. We need real decisions, not indecision from the Republican Party and Cameron Sexton. Now is the time to fight and to make sure justice does happen. And they have a responsibility because they swore and will swear the same oath that I have sworn, to not do anything injurious to the people and to make sure that we advocate on behalf of the people.
Are you going to be in the special election?
Excuse me?
Special election coming up next. Are you going to also pursue that, or?
I will certainly run in the special election because all I want to do is be of service to District 86. Remember that a catalyst to this entire conversation was gun violence. The murders of folks at the Covenant School, now the murder of people in Louisville. And my own personal friend, Larry Thorne, gun violence is proliferating in our communities because of decisions by the people in positions of power who refuse to do something. We must act in this moment and do something. And I believe the people in Tennessee and across this country are saying this is the moment and now is the time.
Two more questions. Lawmakers today to expand a protective order. What does that look like? Do you think there's going to be bipartisan support for that?
anything that Governor Lee does needs to be led by the voices of people who are asking for change. I think these are small steps toward just legislation that people said could never happen. You know, in Tennessee, they say you couldn't have red flag laws. Now you got the governor talking about red flag laws.
Yeah.
You got people who saying we would never expand background checks. Now you got the governor saying we need to expand background checks. So it seems like when people break a little bit of decorum, we break through the status quo to create justice.
Yeah.
We are going to take this momentum and this movement to continue to push for laws, not just executive orders, that really help and protect people, not just in schools, but at banks, at churches, in our neighborhoods, and in our communities.
Railroad.
God bless you. Any other questions?
You know, seeing the world and the country like back you guys, the Tennessee 3, you know, does it embolden you and make you think there will actually be change?
I believe we are in an important moment for American history and Tennessee history. We are at a moment that will be defined by what we choose to do, and whether or not we choose just to expel voices that we don't like, or whether we choose to write legislation that we know we need. This is a pivotal moment in Tennessee and American history to change the conversation about gun violence from the NRA's conversation to the people's conversation. And I believe that the people will prevail. I've seen kids, 9 years old, 12 years old, parents who are mourning the loss of their loved ones, grandparents who said, I haven't marched ever before, who are marching now. This is the moment that things can and will change, and I am ever confident in the people-powered movement that is pushing this movement to end gun violence forward. Okay. Anything else? Lucas?
So, you got your start fighting for the people of Memphis, fighting for the people of Boxtown, South Memphis.
Woo!
Now you are in a position to bring change, but how does it feel coming back here, even under the circumstances, to see all those people again and be able to speak with them and connect with them again on a face-to-face level?
Yeah, the reason we ran for office was for the people.
Yes.
The people in our community who we love and who we cherish, who we fought alongside. See, before we ever had titles, we were fighting for folks. Folks who the status quo called the paths of least resistance. We were fighting in communities. And for the people who corporations and the people in positions of power thought they could just walk over and step on. We've been in this fight, and we will remain in this fight, and it's so good to see my family in this movement who fought for years for us to get to this place, to see democracy that they fought for at the polls in January and again in March. To still fight for democracy here today, because that's what's at stake. It's too much at stake for us to be silent and to not fight back, and to see a groundswell of thousands of people who are saying this is the moment and now is the time for democracy and for that justice that we believe in our faith to roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream, because these folks went to the polls. We are going to go back and serve as best as we know how.
Justin, do you think that this effort is going to help with voter registration and mobilizing voters to the polls in a deeply red state?
Yes, I think we are going to see a significant increase in the amount of people who are registered to vote and the people who participate in elections. The reality is we can't ignore the anti-democratic behavior that disenfranchised our voters, that expelled us from the House, and now is telling us we have to pay $1 million for their errors. We have to pay $1 million because they expelled us.
And with that, Justin Jones said that you all's next move would be to ask for or demand that Cameron Sexton resign. Why is that? Speaking on that.
Yeah, Cameron Sexton should resign from his own lack of moral compass in this moment.
Come on.
A person who was more willing to expel people who were asking for the end of gun violence than to expel a member of the House who advocated for lynching black people does not deserve to serve the people of the state of Tennessee. Cameron Sexton has led in an autocratic and in a dictatorial way, not a democratic republic. And too often the state house has not been a democracy. It's been a mobocracy, a mob rule that has silenced the voice of the minority. And no person should have a position of power in the state of Tennessee if they're willing to expel voices of dissent rather than do something like the people are asking for us to do.
Thank you all so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Let's keep fighting.
We gotta help each other.
gotta help each other out.
All the time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let's talk about her for a mic.
Down here.
Nothing but
You are anointed and appointed for this moment, in this day, in this country. That's right.
All day long.
I love you. Thank y'all. Daphne? Yes, sir. Where we going? We're going to get back. All right.
Really awkward.
All right. Yeah.
Really uncomfortable for your dad.
I'm young. I'll live.
Yeah, you'll be all right.